I saw the smoke in those guys' screen there, and man, sure enough, Reddick.
Now this caution is a break for William Byron. On the team radio, they had a concern that he might have a right front tire rub for the 24.
Maybe working his way through some of that lap traffic. I don't see anything.
Okay, here he comes down. Who's exact same thing as Hocevar. I'm going to tell you, that's a brake rotor as well.
Just a violent explosion right there. And look at him hugging that wall.
Look at the shrapnel coming out from behind there.
That's so smart of those guys to hug that wall and not go up into it at an angle.
Takes me back to Pocono a long time ago. Jimmy Johnson had the same thing happen. Spun down below. Man, it was the worst wreck I think I've ever seen. It was right in my lap.
Jamie?
Well, you see the 45 of Tyler Reddick. They just told him to bring it down into the pit box. Let's get tires on it, and then we'll take it back to the garage. But he certainly confirmed what you guys saw. Brake rotor explosion there.
Man, he was the one needing a caution. Didn't need to be the caution. I tell you, a lot of brake rotor, a lot of shrapnel in front of those cars. Remember the 14 car ran through that, knocked a hole in the radiator. That 47, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., those guys were right behind him when that happened. Keep an eye on those cars.
Greg Galding will get the free pass for the second caution in a row here.
I'm going to tell you, 65 to go. This is setting up the money stop.
But you got to get forward here, don't you?
There's the brake rotor. See all the pieces broke? Hot, hot, hot. Hold. Be careful kicking in things. Look how big that rotor is. Hard to believe that thing would break.
We talked a lot about that heavy braking into turn one, and that's just another example of just a little bit too much.
Rim cut in half.
The brake's much bigger on this 7th gen car than what we had before, because with the 18-inch diameter wheel that we now have, that BBS forged alloy wheel, there's room for much bigger brakes than we ever had before.
The one caveat to all of that conversation, you want these brake temperatures, they optimize at a certain temperature, right? That's where they find the most grip. What they don't like is getting hot to there and then cold and then hot to there. And with these long straightaways at this racetrack and the brake pressure that they apply after that, that's really hard on these brakes, obviously, with 2 failures today. Kevin Harvick last race here, last year, same exact thing happened. Roles reverse, just getting into 3 instead of 1. That's a pretty bad place for that to happen.
It's scary.
As soon as you lay your foot on the brake, that thing goes to the floor. Oh, you along for the ride.
But again, thank goodness it happens on the straightaway where the driver's up close to the wall and can ride that wall into turn number 1 instead of having to shoot up and across the racetrack from the bottom into that barrier.
You know, Clint, you mentioned the money stop. What about, I talked about Byron's team, getting them that track position. What will we see here? I think you've got to get 4 tires, 64 lap time, big moment of the race.
On my road course again.
I think you're always a scary situation on these tight pit roads, any pit road. It's not necessarily just because it's tight, it's just a lot going on down there. You have a caution like that with a lot of cars on the lead lap, there's just a lot going on pit road.
So with pit road blocked by the safety equipment, we'll stay under caution here for another lap or 2.
See Denny Hamlin in second, Kyle Busch third. They both got out of the pits ahead of William Byron, along with Larson on those 2 tires.
So Tyler Reddick joins Carson Hocevar out of the race, both for exploding brake rotors at the end of the front straightaway. Chase Briscoe, 49 laps down.
Dylan cut inside the yellow box and clipped him, hit him actually head on square, they said. So we're not sure on the injuries right now. He was put in the ambulance, and we'll get further updates for you, Mike.
Thanks, Jamie. NASCAR has been working to cut down on teams cutting through the pit box immediately behind them. You'll see the orange lines at the corner of the box, and cars are supposed to stay outside of that orange triangle and not interfere with the stop of the car right behind them.
Looks like they've got a substitute maybe right there, kind of fill the in for them.
Some entry speed into 1, so I had a bad feeling that could be the outcome if I kept
kept pushing hard. I should have just been on top a little bit more. Definitely had some signs of it happening, but obviously when it goes like that, you lose all break. So you just try and hang on and find the wall so you don't pound the thing.
Thanks, Tyler.
He did just that. Of the wall.
Good that he's okay. He will finish 35th today. At the restart here, McDowell in 5th place on the two-tire strategy. 57 to go.
Huge jump for Larson. It's what he needs.
3 wide.
Definitely drove it off in the corner hard, but he washed up the racetrack, opened the door up for Hamlin.
He needs a big push from Kyle Busch
He
in the back.
needed to come off the 2 in the lead. He did not do that, but his big push might put him back to it. Clear so far. Can he come down? Look at it. Open the door up for Kyle Busch to the outside.
The left rear wheel was moving right now, maybe from impact.
Massive impact.
He's moving.
Glad he's okay.
We're hearing it might have been a brake rotor again.
Trying to catch his breath.
Taking a breather there. That's a hard hit. These cars are very solid on the left sides of these cars. That's a long straightaway. Big run at that wall.
Those black marks looked a whole lot like you'd see at Pocono going into turn 1 if someone would have a tire or brake failure right up into that wall.
And to be so close to the finish and have that happen. What a
We're hearing he's
huge
definitely
hit.
a brake rotor again. Same situation. All right, see, timing was a little bit off there. That car hooked, and I think
Yeah,
it
the red
had been a
flag.
different rotor. Now, obviously, it wasn't the right front that did
And
that.
check for debris.
Well, looking at there in turn number 1, so NASCAR has issued the red flag.
Rick winner. 2 in a row.
That everybody will come in here for tires.
Bougie
under
boy,
this
Larson
caution
boy,
flag.
Hamlin boy, and Blaney
What do you
boy.
do about 2 or 4
Logano boy,
bikes?
Suarez.
We know what Michael McDowell's going to do. They're just going to give him 2 no matter what.
That's right.
What do these lead teams do?
I don't know, Michael, with 42 laps to go, I want 4.
Yeah, well,
I
he
think-
probably definitely wants 4 because he's on 2 tires.
Yeah, I
he's
think
taking that track
McDowell-
position. So maybe come in, go head-to-head with these guys and get 4 and put himself in a position to win this race on equal tires.
Now, other guys are going to do exactly what you did. Take 2 tires and you know,
But
trump
you
you
still
off the track
4. I'll
position.
still take
We said
4.
it before the race started down on pit road, talked to 2 drivers. They said this is going to be a strategy play. There's going to be strategy that plays into who wins this race, and we're getting ready to see it.
So red flag out for cleanup down in turn 1.
Just battling through and getting the car fixed up. We've had to throw a lot of adjustments at it, but that's what this IndyCar.com Chevrolet team is made for. Guys have been tough, and obviously Kyle's done a great job with it.
Great job so far.
Yeah, man, thanks.
It's one of them.
By the way, that's what they did last year.
Yeah.
Remember, old Larry told us to have that stuff put up. It's already back of the holler eating ice cream. Do not even think about coming down pit road.
So that acid and then the dew start falling on, park them.
First, listen.
George Bentley's being entertained.
Sit on the radio.
Corner and keep Blaney behind him. Now he's able to squeeze up ahead of Hamlin. Great corner for Kyle Larson.
A lot of aggression coming, blocks everywhere, all the way through the field. Desperation is setting in.
Swerves to the inside, McDowell way up on the outside. Well, Kyle Busch showing why he chose the outside for that restart, because he had a great run off the corner to cement that lead.
If you know or not, Mike McDowell drove.
We're gonna have a caution.
Bell.
Christopher Bell's around.
And that's caution.
Might have a
flag
broken
number
rear
8.
end, looks like.
And if you've got 4 tires,
And the
just
left rear looks
that's
broke.
what you wanted to hear. Grab a couple of spots early, get a caution.
It's pretty straight.
That's back around that.
And Michael McDowell
You know,
used to
first
drive
cars
for
on
Kyle
4
Busch
tires.
substitute for him.
Bell was running in 11th place.
Got hooked in the left rear, I'm sure. Yeah,
Oh,
got
loose on the bottom was Cedric, and he got into Bell and around Bell went.
almost 3 wide.
Got loose once, caught it, got
Got
loose
lost in the
twice,
middle.
bounced off of him hard enough and turned him around. That was ahead of that 4 tire conversation, but just
Truex, who gained some ground.
There's the contact from Cindric.
yeah, you can't really see much there, but definitely, I saw it hit once, hit twice, and turned him around. That's pretty frustrating with this. Hard hit. Enough to get him around.